Hello, and welcome back to Break the Tables Roleplay Varied Reclamation. I'm Rico Lestraps, the creator of Break the Table, and I'm here with an awesome cast of some incredible Pacific Northwest talent, bringing some original BIPOC theater to you through the lens of some D&D and other tabletop games. Before we jump into our crazy story that we're telling tonight, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to our newest follower. Hi, it's Mickey. Hi, Mickey. Thanks for following us. You rock.
Thanks.
You can join Mickey by hitting that button, Mickey, that little heart there. You know the little heart. It's like, wait, I think my screen's flipped. It's like right there. One of those two. It's either here or here, and I won't know for like 20 more seconds. But hit that button.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fine.
And you can follow us. Oh, it's on. Oh, I'm watching myself do that dance back and forth. I have no idea which side it was on. But you can follow us hitting that button below, or you can also keep up with us on our Discord channel, as well as on our Patreon page, patreon.com/BTT_RPG. So check those out if you want to keep supporting us as we create brand new content. We're super excited to share our story today, continuing our Reclamation arc. So hit that button, and I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Jeanette to introduce our cast and then give us a little recap of our story so far before we start the adventure.
Hi. Welcome to Reclamation. I'm going to have our cast introduce, well, I'll have them introduce themselves, so probably just wave and say hi. But I'm Jeanette Sanchez-Eisenman. Tonight I will be playing Marina and later joining you to do some narration management later in the show. I'm going to have David introduce himself.
Okay, sorry. Just took a moment. Hi, my name is David. I will be playing Tim, and I'm always so excited to be part of this team.
Let's go to Marlene.
Hello, I am Marlene. I am playing Sacrifice, and I'm ready.
Let's go to Kevin.
Hi, it's Kevin Heiss. I'm here. I'm playing Rel Travoco, your favorite cowboy wizard. And have a good time.
Let's go to Todd.
Yo, it's Todd. I'm playing Lutherian, and for lack of better words, let's do this.
Let's go to Rico.
Hi, I'm Rico. I was talking earlier. I am playing Carnelis Festine, the bougie dragonborn. And real quick, before I pass it on, thank you, Laz Juno, for the resub 2 months, you rock. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And I'm going to pass it to Addison.
Hello, Addison Daniels be playing Angel Glacia, the attempted murderer man. And I'll also be your narration manager. Cool. Let's do it.
Great. Let's get started. So when we left off on in episode 2, Carnelis had already been bailed out of jail by Lutherian, his trusted servant. If you remember, Angel Glacia had just thrown some magic knives toward Carnelis in an attempt again to kill the beloved son of Rahadari. And what happens next is this. Suddenly, everyone in the jail feels as if magic has been sucked out of the room like a vacuum cleaner. It's as if one of the guards pressed a button, which it's like good they did, and it activated this technology that was developed by one of Festine's great uncles that uses the rift they've created to suck in magic and control people who have magical abilities. So what Angel saw as he threw those last knives is he saw them drop to the ground, and a large armadillo hand reach down and collect them and put them in the box. And now he no longer feels connected to the knives. And all of the people in the jail, Tem, Quetzali, and Rel, all feel a sense of emptiness. And that's where we're at. So I'm going to turn this. Angel also feels two large hands grab his shoulders, give him pick up anything that falls out of his pockets, including the other knives he has, which they put in the box, and they drag him to solitary, which is a tiny coffin-sized box where he's laying with his head toward a grate that they can slide nutrients into him to feed him. And one of the guys kicks him as he's putting him into the box and says, "Good riddance." And they storm off. And I'm going to pass it to Addison.
Alrighty. So let's take a look outside of the prison so far. As we leave the prison, we find ourselves in the hustle-bustle town of Rehadare, and where we have our character, Marina, where she has come back from doing whatever adventure she had, saving people and saving the body of a beloved friend who was sacrificed. But she comes back to see the town is in a hustle and bustle state. And do a perception check real quick for me, Marina.
Let's see. That is a 19.
Perfect. As you look around, you can see there's a lot of hustle and bustle, and it's all going towards one area. It is going towards the south. And as you walk towards it and you notice it, you kind of notice that there's just a kind of group of people. And in that group of people, you can see past it, and you notice that it is the jail or the prison where they take magic folk or all the unwanteds in society. And as you look towards this region of where the prison is, you can see a row of armadillo men as they try to block the crowd from trying to invade this prison. And as you walk over there, there happens to be a carriage, and that carriage pulls up to the outside of the crowd, and a man in highly decorated armor and long luscious hair. Even for a dragonborn, it's long and luscious. It kind of looks fake, but it kind of looks real. But as this happens, he steps out. He claps his hands. Excuse me, all that are listening, please listen to me. And immediately the crowd turns their heads towards this man, and he immediately, "I am Barnellus Festine. I have come here today on a very special occasion, and I see you're all very rambunctious today. But you've caught me on a very generous feeling. So, what I will be doing is I will allow one of you to come in with me on an adventure. How gloriously delicious." And as this happens, more people are looking around confused, and they're seeing this man, this person, Barnellus, as he says this, and they all draw closer to him as they hear that he's willing to let one of them into this prison. And as this happens, he says, "Now, I will once again begin this transition, this little lottery to decide who shall join me inside. and he counts, "Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a magic user by its toe. If he hollers, let him go. I pick the less ugliest one, and you are it." And he points at Marina, and he says, "You there, come with me."
I don't use magics.
It doesn't matter. It's a saying. It's very racist. It's bad.
Okay. Why are we going in here?
For the adventure, for the fun of it. Why, of course, I'm beautiful. And he flips his long, weird hair and he gestures. He gestures for you to come to him.
Okay. She glides to his side and she says, maybe there'll be some people I need to save in there.
Why, of course. It's a generous day today, is it not? Now, come along, Kel. And he gestures out to the other part of the carriage where there is another man waiting in there. He's a bit on the lankier side, but his name is Kel, and you can see Kel come out of the carriage. Why, all right, Festine. I'll do my best, but I got a job to do, and I need to do this. So let's get in already.
I know somebody named
Fantastic.
Rel. Kel? Rel?
Oh,
Kel?
well, I do have
Rel?
a son. It's been a while since I saw him, but I do love that little boy.
He wouldn't let me save a
And
squirrel.
Really, man, I taught him to love all. But next time you see him, you can give him a spanking from his old man. And don't afraid to give him good with the belt.
I don't think you should spank children. You should save them.
Oh, I am saving him with this horse fish of justice. And
is he in the jail?
As my son, I have no idea where my son is. All I know is that he's out there somewhere, and I'll be looking for him sometime, maybe.
Okay.
And as you begin walking into the jail, all these people, they come up to you, Marina, and they say, "Please, please help my boy, help my son, please help." And they're all begging you at your feet. They're giving you pictures. They're all of the same person, Angel. And you look at them and you see them, and they're all just trying, "Please, please help. He's a good boy. He's the leader. He's supposed to be good." And they're all in tear eyes as they're trying to beg you to take them. And as they're walking past, you can also see Barnellis. "Don't worry, my generosity knows no bounds. You can all leave peacefully. Guards, take them away." And as he says this, the armadillo men start pushing back the crowd to push them away from them. He says, "Oh, yes, go enjoy your lovely lives. I love you all. Yes, you're beautiful, except you."
I'll save him.
Before all of them before all of them are pushed back, a little girl comes up to you and says, "Please save my brother. Give this to him for me." And she hands you a little white flower.
And she takes it and
and the guards inevitably grab her and push her back. Get out of here. Onward and upward, as I always say. And Barnellis walks into the prison with you all. And as you are all walking into the prison, let's go back to where our group is. So we find ourselves with Carnellus Festine and Lutherian as they were about to walk out of this prison and leave their fellow friends behind.
All right, well, bye, Carnellus, then.
Carnellus doesn't even process the voice. He hears Rel's voice. He thinks he lets a wave out, but he's too busy.
You didn't let a wave out.
He's too. he thinks he let a wave out, and he's just
You
thinking,
didn't.
Lutherian, what just happened? I thought we were going, and then we turned around, and they dragged that man off, and we're still here. Is this on our schedule today? I'm very confused.
Lutherian looks at Carnellus. Does any of that really matter to you?
No, not just a little. They were pretty fun. Oh, Lutherian, we must go back. I do remember. I had just hired a new what's the polite word? Body shield, meat shield. Is that the right?
Bodyguard, sir.
Guard. Right. Thank you. You're so wise. I hired a new guard from the fighting fields, and poor thing got a little in this whole kerfuffle misunderstanding. This is his sword. It's quite nice. Do you like it? And he holds up the sword that he forgot that he suddenly has now. That is actually Thames, and it's this beautiful blade. He's like, it looks exotic, don't you think?
I'm actually not that impressed.
More for me then. And he just like takes it. He goes, "Oh, can we before we leave, should we go start processing to get that man out of here?" How do these things work?
Well, sir, whatever you need for us to do, have the power to make it happen.
Chop chop.
And as you begin to go to processing to try to get your bodyguard out, Carnellus, do a perception check for me real fast.
I'm frozen.
I know he was frozen for me too.
He totally isn't.
No, can't hear me either.
I can
hear you. The screen cap is the best.
I mean, if there's any face to describe the caucasity of Festine, it's that one. I rolled
very much so.
15 on my perception check.
As you begin your journey up the stairs or just out of this prison, you hear, how delightful, how quaint.
God, Lutherian, quickly, we must hide.
Muted.
Oh, you're muted.
And just exactly where do you want us to do that, sir?
I don't know. That's your job, aren't you? And he gets really close and whispers, "Magic one."
As you recall what happened back there, things have kind of been changed, and I can't really do much at the moment. Let's leave.
All right.
And as you're trying to find a place to hide, you hear the steps. They're not clomps, but they're like if someone elegant was trying to be loud and obnoxious, and down the steps. I heard my brother was down in here. I want to see him.
And of course,
And lo and behold,
Carlos is going to wait by the bottom of the stairs as his brother starts appearing. Go, Barnellis, I thought I saw those hair plugs from a mile away. Good to see you,
Carnellis.
brother.
It's all natural, my friend. From a magic user.
Lutherian stands to the side, nearly ready to throw up.
How have you been with these little criminal friends of yours, Carnellis?
Well, criminal is not quite the word. There was just one hoodlum of the group. They're actually quite nice for poor people. In fact, I quite enjoy their company.
Oh, really? Daddy is very mad at you right now. He has a hooligan of a son.
I'm sure.
Can I like roll perception to see if I can hear this conversation?
Oh, you are very well hearing this conversation.
Okay.
You are all hearing this conversation happen. Barnellis very much doesn't care who hears him. He is just acting. He is just being, if that makes sense.
Sir,
Hey, Carnellis, is this the guy you brought to get us out of here? You are getting us out of here, right?
You were. I'm dear Rel. If I was wanting help, I would never go to my brother.
I heard that other guys say that kind of anything was in your power, so I kind of feel like maybe you just need to like say it like out loud that that's what you want.
That's Rel. Rel.
Who is this kid, sir?
Rel, remember when you didn't let me save the baby squirrel? Rel.
Yeah, you were gonna drown it, but where? Okay.
And
real
Rel,
quick. Yeah, what's up?
As your name is being said, Rel, do a perception check real fast for me.
Okay. That's a 16.
And I will do one as well.
I should have asked to be paid up front.
And as the name Rel is being said, you see a man come out from behind Barnellis, and it's your dad. And your dad looks at you. Rel? Why are you here? I'll let you with your mother.
Why are you here?
May I roll an intelligence check to see if Carnellis picks up on this?
Yeah, go for it. I'll do one for what's his face, Barnellis.
Well, Barnellis hasn't met him. Do I like see the with a 14? Can I see the similarities?
As you notice that their nose is the same. You look back and forth, and they have the same nose. How cute.
Quaint. Humans are adorable.
Why are you here, Kel?
Well, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
We need to talk, son.
I guess
and
we
with
do.
With that, Kel turns to Barnellis and Barnellis, can I talk to my son real fast, please? And Barnellis, yeah, I'm feeling very generous. You may. Guards, a private room for my friends here. I love having friends, don't you, brother?
Well, I told you I could do it for you, dear friend. I reunited you and your father. See how easy it is when you're with me, dear boy.
Yeah. Thanks, Carnellis.
Ready?
You're a true friend.
Festines for life.
And they jump in the air and they freeze.
Gentlemen, if
Yes.
you do not mind, I don't mean to rush you, but sir, I have to get you back to your father and out of here.
No, pish posh. My brother in here is fine. My father directly let me come down here to, how should I say this, punish him.
Oh, I was gonna say.
So then why did he send me to break him out?
I don't know. He's funny. But you can come along on this adventure as well. We'll all go on the adventure. I have little Kel here. There's a little research man. He's going to take us down to the water purifying mines. How marvelous, how fun. We'll all go together and see this magic. Oh boy.
Oh, wonderful, sir. I can think of nothing better.
There's dirt down there. I just had a mani-pedi 2 weeks ago.
That's what you get for being a hooligan.
Can I go talk to my dad
And
now?
as this
Please?
Yeah,
I really
say,
I
as
hate
this conversation is taking place, Cal walks forward and walks into the private room, escorted with a guard with you, and it is just you and Kel together sitting in this room. And as you're sitting in this room, Kel begins to speak. Son, why are you here? I didn't raise no hooligan.
I didn't do anything. Look, I met some magic people. They told me that if I traveled with them, I'd maybe be able to find my dad. I didn't expect you to be working for the Festines. But
He looks down. He's ashamed of himself. Well, son,
how come you
there's
never
a lot of
wrote?
things I gotta tell you.
How come you've got books in a library, but you never sent a letter?
He keeps looking down.
Damn, son.
To say.
Look, Dad,
He turns.
if you
and
could
looks
just
up
get
and
me my
says,
book and let me out of here, I think I'm happy that I saw your face.
He looks to you and says, "Son, I did the best as I could when I was your father. When I was with your mother, it was the happiest times of my life. They were great.
You know, she remarried.
Did she remarry Bobby?
Yeah, the mailman.
I knew there was something between them.
Yeah.
But I'm glad she moved on, son.
Yeah.
I'm glad she moved on. But let me tell you, I always loved you. From the moment you were born to the moment I left, I made sure your mama had my book, spell book, so you could learn just like me. But I have another passion. Something different than my family. And it may have took a hold of my life, and I can't help that. But my knowledge for power is something much greater than my family ever was. And he looks off into the distance, and he starts to tell you, son, there's a secret world we haven't discovered yet, but the ancients knew about it. And I'm trying to tap into it. But the thing is, I'm not powerful enough. I'm not rich enough. I don't have the things I need to help this world flourish. I was trying to make a better life for you, son. For magic users everywhere. I just needed the help of these Festines. That's all I needed. I needed some money. I needed some resources. And if I could tap into this potential of wealth, I could make a better life for you and your mama ever than I ever could on my own. Son, I love you. I did everything with my power for you.
You did.
Can't you understand?
You did everything so you could be powerful. Don't mistake that.
Not me. For us. For us, son.
Okay.
Now, I have a proposition for you right here, right now. I need to know. Do they know you're a magic user?
The only people that have seen me do magic are in this jail.
Did they take your book?
Did they?
Yes.
Yeah.
They took all your stuff.
Yeah, they took my book. They took my wand.
Son.
I don't know if they know what those are. I got this, and I pull
Roll
out
an
the,
insight check.
I pull out the, quill that I took from the library a while ago. I still have this. I'll roll the insight check. That's a 14.
Great. As you pull that out, a tear comes from his eyes. And he says, son, what I'm about to say is going to be one of the hardest things I've ever said to you, to anyone in my life. You can either die here as a magic user, or I can find you a job purifying water. Those are your options, son. They kill people like you and me here. I can't change that.
Do I just gotta purify water?
It's a living.
Well, what about
You can
this?
work your way up, maybe.
Well, what about this world stuff? This new world things you've been talking about.
It's
Can
a
I
world
work on
into the
that?
afterlife. Maybe. Son, if you work your way up the ladder, I'm sure with my power and the generosity of the Festines, I'm sure I could find a way for you in there.
Here's the problem is, the only way I can use magic is with my spell book. And, my spell book don't got nothing about purifying water.
Well, that's how this place works. They give you a new spell book of just purifying things. It's spells that only allowed. It's the spells that only they're allowed to use. No attack spells, nothing. Just purifying water.
Interesting. Do you
Son,
know how the...
I can't live without you, without knowing you're in this world.
All right, Dad. I'll live. But I'm going to that other world. One way or another.
My boy. And he leans in real close. Close enough that your faces are touching, essentially. He says, son, live free. Find the new world. Do what I could never do. Please. And with that, he stands up and he says, guards, I think we're done here. And he ushers you all back to the group. Now who's ready to go on this wonderful journey? Kel, are you coming? Yes. And is it fine if I bring my son? Why, of course! The more the merrier. Come
also,
on, brother. Come on.
Real quick, can I, do either an insight or investigation on Barnellis? Because I kind of have an idea on what Carnellis' abilities are. I want to know what Barnellis' deal is.
Yes, you can.
So, insight or investigation?
Doing either one.
I do investigation. That is a 24.
Perfect. As you can see that he is also a bit of a He's like a mix of a room knight and a magic knight. He's a fighter, so he has magic items with him on him that you don't know what they do, but you can tell that if he was to get into a fight with someone, he would probably do some good damage.
Cool. I think I also
Onwards
like.
and upwards.
I think I do make it a point to like not stand next to Cal, and I'll stand next to Carnelis, even though I'm like kind of pissed at him.
And of course, the
All right.
second that you walk next to Cornelis, he goes, "So, how was the chat? Do you feel whole again? Do you feel complete?"
Yeah, I was offered the chance to live or to die, and I chose to live, and that
Well,
was
that's
really fun to hear from my dad.
Well, that's what parents are for.
Yeah,
Well-
yeah.
Oh,
Is it?
I'm sure.
Well,
Yeah, Marina.
well, where's Angel?
He got taken by some armadillos. I heard something about solitary. I'm
And
sorry.
can she see the other two in the cage yet?
yes, you're all able to see each other. It's open bars, so you can see all the other people. They can hear. It's all out in the open. It's like if there was an open room, but that room was blocked off with just bars,
Okay, as soon as
except
she
the private
hears
rooms
that
that don't like clicking.
Angel's been taken away, she runs up and greets Eketsali, my friend. What are you doing here?
I
Well, you
think
two know
to
each other?
deliver something. Yeah,
She helps me save.
she delivers souls to my realm.
Wait, what?
I'm not going to ask any questions.
I think Carnelis and Rel both at the same time do a little. Wait,
So, the people that you drown go to your world, Aketsali?
Yes.
I don't drown anyone, I save them. I would have saved that baby squirrel from its bad parents if you had let me.
I'm pretty sure that squirrel had normal parents and you were just trying to separate them, but,
Lutherian
The
leans up
squirrel
to
came to me.
She's a wild one. Keep her away.
I understand mercy killings, but this doesn't seem to be that.
I don't understand. Their souls are liberated. They're liberated in my dimension of Charichitluque, and they live in peace.
yeah, but like, was that explained to them at the time, right? That's like, because like, I feel like there's an issue of consent here, where like their soul is going to a different plane, not really privy or given knowledge that that's going to happen. Does that make sense?
Sometimes there's just not a choice.
That
I
is
need to find
dangerous.
Angel.
I'd love to be saved one day. Maybe just discover a little bit of that power if y'all don't mind. But
Yeah,
Stay away from her.
You.
Stay away from her. Dad.
Did your parents abandon you too?
No, he's the parent who abandoned me. Can we go to the underworld now?
not abandoned. I did leave you with your mama. Now that is something. Would a bad parent do that? I left you with a good parent.
Yeah, a bad parent would abandon. Would it? That's not even a question.
I need to find Angel now.
during this whole discussion of like saving souls and stuff, the only words that sunk into Carnelis's brains were save and protect. And so he's just thinking, yes, this would be a good force for my own protection. I do like having these people around me.
Well, hey, Carnell, why don't you give that sword back to the fighter guy, right?
I would like that back.
Dear brother.
And my payment.
But of course, dear Tem. Dear brother. Never mind. And he's gonna turn his back directly on Barnellis and go, Lutherian, the door, please.
Lutherian begrudgingly gets the door for him. Let's go. Now.
I can't, Sally.
Yeah.
I have to go to Angel. But you'll know when you find the thing that he needs most in the underworld. Bring it back to us.
I understand. So it seems like I'm going with these folks. May I accompany you on the journey?
Of course, I owe you a great debt.
Thank you.
But wait. Dear warrior Tem, if you pledge your fealty to the festines, you will be handsomely rewarded.
Rel is in the background just going,
I love the pledge.
What does this entail?
Oh, nothing crazy, just a little protection here and there. There are some crazy poor people who think that I actually have money to give them. And they don't understand it's not on my person. Yes, we have money to give, but I don't have it on me. So if they attack me, how can I give them? It's I can explain it to you all in due time.
I feel like you're
That's the difference
missing
between
a
you and me,
step.
brother.
I feel like there's just a bit of logic that if you just got inserted into that little circle of you created, you'd understand why they were attacking you.
We'll talk about it later, Ralph.
Yeah, of course.
Ralph's like, right.
That's the difference between you and me, Cornelis, is I have money on me. And he pulls out a bag from his chest, and he gives Tem 5 platinum pieces. Here you go, my good sir. All in good time.
Thank you. I don't.
I've never even seen a platinum piece before.
Oh,
First time for everything, as he flicks one towards Ralph. And he gives one to Kinsali as well.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, my
Imagine,
new
like,
friends.
you give it to me and like a guard just like straight up just takes it out of my hand. Yeah, I am a prisoner. Yeah. The rest of you guys get to leave. I'm indebted to this place.
I will present the sword to Tem. Be like, dear warrior, I assure you, we take good care of our personal guards.
As he will reach out and grab the. All right. He's not too sure about it, but.
And as you grab the sword, he's going to trust me. I am saving you from a worse fate. Darts at his brother. Eyes staring at his brother.
He does seem. You do seem to be the lesser of two evils.
Oh, for sure. I get that.
You don't know anything yet.
Oh, trust me. I'm tame compared to my brother, Arnellis.
You have
I'm
another
the generous one. Of course. The ABCs. Arnellis, Barnellis, Cornelis.
Why would? What do you mean? Of course. Like,
Don't ask that question, please.
All right.
You'll meet the oldest. You'll meet her brother soon, I'm sure.
Please, let's stay away from any more family reunions. Shall we?
I agree.
Yes,
Can we
please.
go, please?
All right, my friends. Let's continue on. Kel, please lead the way for these hooligans that are now my friends.
Dad.
I'm not your friend.
All right, sir.
Yeah, lead the way, Dad.
And so Kel takes his way, and he walks you all down further into the prison. And as you are walking, Marina goes off to go find Angel and to give him some comfort. And as you all continue, I think she's a ghost.
What?
No, she's not a ghost. She's just really stealthy.
Oh.
And so you all walk down.
Doesn't actually believe
I'm a tricky one. I'm a tricky one, son. I'm a tricky one, son. I'm a tricky one.
I do think she's a ghost.
Ghosts don't exist, son. And as he walks down a ghost. Oh. Anyway, so he walks
Lutherian leans over to Carnellus. So, what exactly do you make of these two, sir?
Which two? He was too busy staring at his brother in anger.
Rel and his father.
Oh, they're fine. So, do you think my brother would be more jealous if I convinced the blue lady to also be on my guard?
Do you really believe that making Barnellus jealous is a good idea? Need I remind you what happened with the ostriches?
Stay focused, dear friend.
As this is all happening and you're walking through this corridor going down, there's an abrupt stop, and Kel comes to what appears to be just a wall, and he turns to you all and says, "Now, this is the secret passage, y'all, and you can only have special access if you're a certain position of power." And he looks at Barnellus. Go on. All
Yeah,
right,
how
as you
high a
say,
position, Dad? How long did it take you to get there?
let's
What
just
you
say
out
I've done a lot of things I'm not proud of, son.
Yeah.
And I'm here now with you. And he pulls a piece of chalk out of his bag, and he draws a door, or what looks to be a door, on the wall. And as he finishes this drawing, the wall becomes a door, and it opens up. And Kel leads you all inside of this room. And as you all enter, the door slowly closes and closes with a loud thud. And how about everyone give me a perception check real fast?
Oh! Crit.
Nice.
17.
16.
Nice. 13. Give Marnellus one.
This is the crit dance.
Cool.
15.
15. Alrighty. So everyone sees this. As you all get into this room, you look around, and it is a room that surprises you, because as you look around, it looks like an open field. And as you look down, it feels muddy, and there's grass everywhere, and it looks like a weird open field, muddyish swamp. Like you were just in Rehadare, and this looks weird. And as you go and you try to look around, and as you begin to walk to see what kind of the spaces this is who rolled the nat 20 again?
Yeah, this guy.
Dope.
This guy right here.
Kevin, as you begin to look around and observe your surroundings, as you walk a bit further to one side, you touch a wall. And it's very confusing because it looks like it's an open space, but you feel a solid thing right there.
So this place magically looks a lot larger than it really is.
Correct. It looks larger, but it is the hall.
Can I ascertain if
Can you what?
The swamp itself is also an illusion?
Why, yes, you can. Roll a wisdom check.
While he's doing that,
Our wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Carnellus hears the splash of the sound. He goes, "Lutherian, do you have that rag of cleaning? The magical Swiffer of cleaning?"
I'd rather you not to mention that right now. Lutherian reaches into his robe, bringing the cloth out and handing it to Carnellus begrudgingly. Just make sure no one else notices it.
Got a dirty 20.
Got a dirty 20? Nice. Excuse me. As you look down, only you notice that this is magic terrain. that this is an illusion, and as you realize that this isn't real, your feet start to feel, instead of mud, it feels stone. It feels like a normal, how it did before you came into this room.
Rel doesn't say anything. Just
And
takes
with
that
that-
information in.
Dope. And with that, we are going to have our initiatives, and we are going to go to our little this little graph I made, the spreadsheet. So for all of those listening and watching, this is a little trap called the Hall of Illusions that I've created. And to make this easier for our players, I have made a spreadsheet so they can visualize this space better. So if you all look into the space, you are all starting here in the center. Start. And as you choose to walk around, each one of these squares is going to take up 10 feet of your movement. So you can move anywhere you want within these cells, as long as they're in the order that you walked. And as you are all looking around, you can see towards the end is another door. This will be the end right here. And as I explained this, Kel is explaining it just as I explained it. And he said, this is the Hall of Illusions. This is how this works. And so without further ado...
Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, without further ado, we're going to begin our little encounter. So, Tem, you get to start first.
Oh. So I'm just entering myself in.
Dope. All right, so that's where you're going to move first?
Yes. And then can I do
Okay,
a perception check?
roll...
Oh, you go
can.
first. Sorry.
First, roll a wisdom saving throw, and then you
Absolutely.
can do your perception check.
It's not terrible. Say wisdom save?
Yep, wisdom save.
13.
13. Right as you begin to step forward, immediately before you, whoosh, 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 you look around, and all in front of you, there is lava. And it feels hot, and it looks hot, and it's horrible, and you begin to back away as this path of lava blocks your path. If you'd want to do your perception check, you can.
I just want to look past them. 2. I don't.
You're too scared by the lava.
Do we see the lava as well, or is this all in his?
It is only Tem that sees this lava.
So you'll see Tem like step forward and then immediately kind of like jumps back. Watch your step.
Ah, yes. Be careful here. And with that, it is... I forgot to mention, there's traps here to make sure the prisoners don't find this place. So be careful, watch your step, and you'll be fine, I assume. And it is Marina's turn.
Marina's not there.
Marina
Oh, sorry, yes. Yeah.
holds
Sorry,
Angel's
I was looking at
hand.
the chat.
Did you get
You
my
saw
for the second
it.
What was that, Kevin?
You get my initiative?
Oh, I didn't. Now I did. Yes, you are the second highest, I believe. So it is now your turn, Rel.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to Carnelis and be like, Carnelis, do you have my book? So I can't do magic, right? At all.
On a technicality, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I don't have his book. The guards, the armadillo people, are the
I
one.
thought if you had
But-
Tem's sword, you would have had my book.
But let's do a luck check for I'm gonna roll for Barnellis and for Kel, and I'm gonna see if they have something for you that you can use.
Okay.
And it's gonna be odds. Odds are that Barnellis took the book and took your guys' stuff because he liked it and he just wanted to keep it. Evens, he didn't. And then we'll do odds for Kel is that he has a separate spell book for you, and that evens, he doesn't. So we'll roll for Barnellis first. He does not have it. And we'll roll for Kel. Oh, he does have it. He rolled a 3. And so
Kel has my
as you begin to look, Kel will have a book. It's good for ease's sake. It is an exact replica of your book because he writes these books and he's used some of these magic spells. So you have your magic spell back essentially. And he goes up to you and he says, "Son, I know this isn't the original book I gave you, but this book is essentially the same, and it's a second edition, but you can have it." And he hands you his second edition spell book that he has for you.
All right. Rel flips through the book. I think I'm gonna also step to where Tem did, and like take a moment to attune to my book. So if I step to where Tem was, do the fires erupt the same way?
Do a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Wow, that's another dirty 20. +5.
Right as you step up to where Tem is, you don't notice anything. You're kind of confused as to why Tem is kind of freaking out because it's just this place.
You said each space was 5 or 10 feet?
It's 10 feet.
Okay, so I'm gonna do my movement and walk 30 feet.
Okay.
And
Perfect. Do another wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay. Yeah.
What are you
Ken
doing?
just sees me like walking through flames. That is a
10
better
is-
one. That's a 24.
24, perfect. Nothing happens to you, my friend. You're just
Proficient
what
in
is up
wisdom
with
saves,
Tem?
baby.
And Tem is just befounded that you have lava walking abilities.
While I would also like to say that like while this is happening, I am like the book is just like glowing in front of me while I attune to it, and I'm gonna just for fun's sake, I'm gonna say that I won't use it till next turn. It's my turn.
Sure. Sounds great. With that, let me go back to the initiatives. And I believe... No. Oh, only... So, next is Barnellis. So, as Barnellis goes... Watch this, brother. This is true skill. And he also he steps where Tem is. He's going to roll... He passes just barely. He walks forward, and he walks forward again to where that is. And he's also going to roll another wisdom save. Let's see. This time he did not pass. And as he just walks gallantly forward, nothing can affect me. I'm too rich and beautiful. Immediately, as he steps to where Rel is, he looks up, and immediately you see the color of his face leave. Even though he's a dragonborn, it's weird. It's like you can tell a noticeable difference as he looks up in fear. And he starts to back away.
Which lane is he down?
To he is the same one you're in right now.
Oh.
So B. I marked it with a B.
Oh, I thought I was thought I was on C with Tem.
Oh no, you walked forward, remember? You said you
Yeah.
were using your movement, your rest of your movement.
Yeah.
So you were here. Here, I'll put it in there. RT. For Rel Travolta. I put it right there so you all know.
I don't see where I see where the start, end, Tem, and Rel. Those are the only words that I see on the sheet.
Really? Do you not see EF and RT?
Nope. Maybe let me try refreshing.
Weird.
I only see Tem. I only see myself and start as well.
Do you see that now?
I see the dark change of the highlight color, just no words.
Okay, well that is where you are.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
And so is Barnellis.
So is Barnellis, but he looks like he's afraid and he is not moving. Next is
Addison, respond to my message.
Let me see. Sorry.
While he's doing that, don't forget to hit that like button below to keep up with our table tomorrow at noon, Homebrew Buddies. So on Sunday, we have our first monthly special exclusive only for our subscribers and then shared with our patrons afterwards. So check out us building ourselves this weekend. Plug over.
Phenomenal. I'm back after answering Kevin's message. Great. So that being said, it is, let's see, anyone roll an 18? Sorry, I have to roll back up and forth. Nope. Then it is Kel's turn. So Kel.
Now I see the things.
All right, now you see him? Weird.
Yeah, it took a while for me
Kel
too.
is also going to take that straightforward path. The path of least resistance. Passes. Cool. As he walks forward, he experiences nothing. Nothing happens to him. And with that, whose turn is it next? It is Carnelis's turn. Or actually, it's a tie between Carnelis and Tony. Or sorry, Carnelis and Lutherian. So, who has the better dex?
14.
Look at mine real quick. My dex is 18.
Oh, great. So Lutherian gets to go first.
And that is Cornelis literally going, your turn.
That's exactly what I was thinking about. You first. So as all of this is going down and all of these interesting things are happening, Lutherian looks back and scowls at Carnelis one good time before moving forward. Can I move forward 2 spaces? We're all starting at the same. We're all at that start spot, right?
Yes, correct.
I'm gonna go ahead and move forward 2 spaces then.
Okay, roll a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. 16.
16. Right as you begin to step where Tem was, you too also experience whoosh, 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 and lava appears in those spots, and you can feel the heat as it boils and bubbles, and you too step back away from this lava, and you are where Tem is.
Well, that is not exactly what I expected.
So I'm not the only one who saw that.
Oh, you're so funny.
Well, sir, let's see you do better.
Certainly. Dear narration manager, considering that my father was the one who built this, and Barnellis and I are both the ones who are vying to be the ones that own this business. How much knowledge do I have of this trap room? No, this is not Carnellis going, oh, gods above. This is just Rico being silly.
It was just the way you said it. I was like, silly
Narration manager.
You know what? We're gonna see. We're gonna roll this luck check where it's gonna be odds and evens. Odds, you would have a minor knowledge, and evens, you don't know anything.
Okay.
So roll that d20 for me.
Said odds and evens. Let me do a big.
Odds and evens.
I'm dropping my dice. All right, here we go. Even.
Even? You don't know anything.
Okay. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to see what's happening. And after seeing Carnellis, I'm going to laugh at him, but I'm going to laugh at Lutherian, but Carnellis' nervous tick makes him begin to rub the storm rune that he keeps. He starts rubbing the storm rune on the hilt of his sword. It's like his little comfort tool. And it begins to spark and glow, and there's this gray that kind of like a gray haze goes over his body, and he enters a state of calm. Takes a deep breath, and then disappears and misty steps 30 feet in.
Nice. So where are you gonna misty step? Mark yourself on the
Wait, we're allowed to do that?
Each box is how many spaces?
10 feet. 10 feet.
10
so you can
feet.
move 3 boxes.
Can I do? What would it be if I wanted to go over one? I don't want to go next to my brother.
You can do that. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. Either one.
Yeah, I want to bamf next to my brother.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. So I just
roll a wisdom saving throw.
Sure thing. And because I activated my stone rune, I can now my storm rune. I can oh shit, where'd it go? I can give myself advantage.
Okay, go for it.
So with advantage, a dirty 20.
Dope. Awesome.
Nice.
As you pop in, whoosh,
And then I'm going to proceed to now walk the rest of my movement, my 30 feet. I'm going to try to walk the rest of the way there.
Go for it. Right as you're about to meet the end, roll a wisdom saving throw again.
Ooh, definitely going to get advantage on that. 9.
9?
With advantage.
Oh no.
No way. Right as you're so confident as you begin this, I beat my brother, I'm better than him. But as you begin to take that final step towards the end, foosh, 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 another line of lava appears at the end, and you take a step back.
Dear God, it's hot. Okay, so now I'm like 1 before the exit.
Yes.
Better, but still not quite.
Sorry, can't hear you. You're way back there, you big pansy.
Then why are you replying to me?
Shh. Catch up.
All right. So he went. Next is Aketsali.
I can go diagonally, right?
Yeah, you can.
Cool. And I'm gonna go to this guy, the purple one.
Okay, dope. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
It's just a regular wisdom, right?
Yep.
Oh, I see it. Okay, never mind. 2.
2. As you take that step, and you're thinking you're being so tricky that I'm gonna take another path, and they did. Foosh, 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 blub, 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 and the lava appears before you, and you take that step back. So right there is where you're at. And with that, we begin at the top of the order, and it is Tem's turn.
Okay. Let's try this again. Tem is going to crouch down for a moment and activate, as it seems like he's channeling some sort of energy, as he activates Psychic Leap, which allows him to gives him a fly speed, double his movement. So I have 60 feet fly speed until the end of my turn.
Oh, no way!
So I'm going to use that to fly to the end.
Carnellus made the best decision ever, hiring this amazing man.
Now, here's the question for you. How high in the air are you?
I was about to ask, how high is the roof? Because I don't want to, like...
I mean, if he can fly, theoretically,
Just-
just glide.
Just tell me, how high do you want to go?
I'm going to say 10 feet off the ground.
I love that answer. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
Got a ceiling of 11 feet, you son of a bitch.
Just grazed the top.
Peek behind the screen, it was 20 feet.
Oh.
So if you decided to just straight up go 30,
Yeah.
but perfect. As you fly and you psychic boost yourself and reach your way to the end, a time lapse happens and you see that all your friends eventually reach the end of this corridor. And you are now all at this end. And Kel begins to take you all. That was a heroin event. Did y'all like that?
Barnellis, what the hell was that?
No, I don't know. I did great.
I said Barnellis.
Who? I don't know her.
It was fun. I had a good time. I
All right.
didn't understand why all of you seemed freaked out the entire time, but, you know, I guess.
Some
That's
ghosts remain to be dead. That's all I can say.
That was a very cryptic answer.
And so what happens, as you all are walking, continuing through the corridor, you all come to the mouth of this cave, of corridor, this hall. And as you begin to walk, a light happens, and you look and you see yourself in this cave. It's like a big cave that at least goes at least 100 feet up and 100 feet across, at least what you can tell. It is a very big room, and in the center of the wall is this runic swirling portal that has colors of blue, purple, teal, green, all these blue, green, purplish colors, and they're all morphing together. And around the runes, you can see that there's words that you're not really sure what they mean, but they're all swirling around. And around this room, you can see that there are different people, and they're in different coats. Some are wearing lab coats, some are guards, some are people working. You see all this, and you can see that this is a portal. And Kel, as he begins to lead you in, he says, all right, y'all, very limited people get to see this and see the light of day after. This
Rel is busy just like
is the
writing
realm.
in this new book, like just like making a sketch of everything he sees.
Nice. And he says, this is the doorway to Shabolba. And he gestures to the giant portal. And as he does, Barnellis steps in for it. I'm glad you're all here, because now reveals my new plan, which is to send you all in there so I can tell my daddy I'm a good boy.
Fun. Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. Good trip. When are they coming back, Barnellis?
Oh, Barnellis. Great to tell. You're going in there too. I told Daddy about this plan. I told him and he said, you know who could go into this place? A festine of great renown. Barnellis, you should do it. And I said, Daddy, I cannot do it, but you know who is strong enough to do it? It's Cornelis. And he said, sounds like a great idea for my son to get strong and to prove the Festine blood is pure.
You
I
lie,
say,
throw Carnelis under the bus.
Carnelis, can I just say, just real quick, you're being manipulated. Just like
Can I
Yeah,
insight?
do an
check
insight
for-
check with advantage.
Oh,
Rel is like
can I
busy
have
just
double advantage?
whispering
with
in your
advantage.
ear.
Tumbles
Actually,
I already-
is
Brother's bad news.
I already have advantage. Can I get double advantage?
Can you get double? No, you cannot get double advantage.
I know. It was worth. It's always worth asking.
Just throw the sword. Right there.
Ooh, baby! I got a 24.
Perfect. You can tell right off the back that Barnellis is lying about talking to your dad because Barnellis and your dad actually kind of hate each other, but they
I
only
know.
tolerate each other.
That's why
And
I'm the
so-
youngest, but I'm still the heir to the company.
And so there's this whole like love-hate between them, and you would know that Barnellis is kind of screwing you. That's what's
Okay.
happening right now.
Okay.
And as he says this, guards, take them away, prepare them.
Whoa,
And that, my
wait.
friends,
I'm
is the end of Act 1.
okay.
Yes. Oh man. Where will they go next? I guess we'll have to watch Act 2. Or, who knows, actually, we have a little surprise in store for Act 2 because we have another character who's been sitting on the sidelines for a little bit of time. So, be sure that, first off, hit that button below to follow us. Also, if you're already following and you want to be extra generous and subscribe to Break the Table, we would appreciate all your support. We are trying to make our table grow as time goes on, so please help us get larger and larger. Big shout out to our last donation by WGL79. Thank you. If you want to support us, you can also donate. You can thank you, Worm Trolley Man, for enjoying our first act. Come back for the second half. We're going to do a deep dive into maybe find out why Angel tried to kill Carnelis from the jump. During our break, we always try to uplift other BIPOC artists. So we will be sharing But Why, a dance piece made by our incredible production manager, I can't speak today, Sade Asset, and we are, can't wait for you to see that awesome dance piece. And we'll be back in about 15 minutes. We'll take a little stretch break. Make sure that you stretch, you hydrate, and most importantly, you keep enjoying your Friday. We'll see you back at our table in a little while.
So much of living is about understanding scale. A tiny crystal dropped in a river turns the entire river red. Most days I try hard to act human, to breathe like a human and speak with the same flat language, but often my kindness is clumsy. I stop a stranger to tie his shoes and end up kissing his knees. I believe in luck and am barely troubled by its volatility.
The hands that folded me into my body were not punishing me, nor could they ever be punished, while the hands of the idol sculptor were cut off and tossed to the dogs. This is proof of something. But what?
Why?
Maybe that retribution has grown vulgar, with sin now inevitable as summer sweat.
I remember too well the knife held to my gut. The beehive, I once spat at for hours without getting stung. The charm of this particular dilemma. Faith begins where knowing ends.
Hands folded.
Knowing ends. Hands folded.
Punishing.
Hands folded me.
Idol sculpture.
Idol sculpture.
Hands folded.
Be punished. Hands folded. Idol sculpture. Idol sculpture. Faith. Hands folded me. Punishing me.
Faith.
in a car and crying and amazed at how bad it feels to do bad things. Then you're in a hotel bathroom with blood on your undershirt and the smell of a too-chlorinated pool outside. You know 100 ways to pray to the gods rippling beneath that water. Confess. Time go pass through. Once you're in the dark, they come inside dripping wet. You show them the burnt place on your arm. They show you the bands of flesh cut from their thighs. Suck their tongues, trace the blisters under their wings. So lucky this living room at once. When you turn on the lights, you're inconsolably glad. You could stop this whenever. But why?
With sensitive enough instruments, even uprooting a shrub becomes a seismic event. So much of living is about understanding scale. A tiny crystal dropped in a river turns the entire river red.
Most days I try hard to act human, to breathe like a human and speak with the same flat language, but often my kindness is clumsy. I stop a stranger to tie his shoes and end up kissing his knees. I believe in luck and am barely troubled by its volatility.
The hands that folded me into my body were not punishing me, nor could they ever be punished, while the hands of the idol sculptor were cut off and tossed to the dogs. This is proof of something. But what?
Why?
Maybe that retribution has grown vulgar, with sin now inevitable as summer sweat.
Act human. Breathe human. Sing flat language. Clumsy. Volatility. I remember too well the knife held to my gut. The beehive I once spat at for hours without getting stung. The charm of this particular dilemma. Faith begins where knowing ends.
Hands folded.
Knowing ends.
Hands folded me.
Idol sculpture.
Idol sculpture.
Hands folded.
Be punished. Hands folded. Idol sculpture. Idol sculpture. Faith. Hands folded me. Punishing me.
to how bad it feels to do bad things. Then you're in a hotel bathroom with blood on your undershirt and the smell of a too chlorinated pool outside. You know 100 ways to pray to the gods rippling beneath that water. Confess. Time go pass through. Once your room is dark, they come inside, dripping wet. When you show them a burnt place on your arm, they show you bands of flesh cut from their thighs. Sucker towels, trace the blisters under their wings. So lucky this little living romance. When you turn on the lights, you're inconsolably glad. You could stop this whenever. But why?
Hello. Welcome back to Break the Table's Roleplay Varied Reclamation. Reclamation. I'm sorry, little message in our chat. Welcome back to our third episode, our penultimate episode of our Roleplay Varied Reclamation. We just finished watching our hodgepodge of a party started to make their way out of prison when Carnellus, Festine's older brother, Barnellus, appeared and kind of gave them a little corkscrew. He lied and told Carnellus and Lutherian that he was there on their father's orders, and they ended up leading the party down into the depths of the prison, through into the water filtration system in Rehayadari. There, they found the entrance to the underworld, Shabolba, where they were forced to enter, or were they? Question mark? My voice can't get any higher. So, we will pick up our awesome adventure, not with the party, but back in isolation with Angel. Before we do, if you haven't already hit that button, there's a little follow button right down there. It's a little heart. You should hit the heart because we heart you when you hit the heart. You can also support us by subscribing. It's 20% off. If you have Amazon Prime, you can actually support us for free and have a free 1 month subscription to Break the Table, where we will say all the thank yous to you. We have a Patreon as well. And of course, you can join our table conversations at our Discord, which I will share the link right now. So please check us out on all those different platforms and support us in whatever ways you can. And without any further ado, I'm going to send it to our Act 2 narration manager, Jeanette, to carry us forward with the story. Jeanette.
Hi, welcome back. When the ragtag party, as it was, left the prison, Angel was in solitary, a small confined container with a grate at the beginning, or the head of where facing. Marina had found him, and we're going to start this part of the adventure with an Augusto Boal quote, one of my favorite theater practitioners. He said, "Nothing is going to remain the way it is. Let us, in the present, study the past so as to invent the future." And so, with Marina at his side, Angel starts to remember his past. And at this point, they haven't fed him in a while, and he's only been there for about a day and a half, but he's starting to feel that isolation of being alone. And even with Marina there singing softly to him, as he drifts in and out of consciousness, he starts to remember why he's here. Part of that is he thinks about the 4 directions that are sacred to his people. And he runs through his head, imagining that he could face the east, the south, the west, and the north again. And in his small coffin-shaped confinement, he lifts his hands up and he breathes in and thinks of the east. And suddenly, he's a young man, younger than he is now, and he's on the brink of what his people consider manhood, so at about the age of 15. There's heat, and he's surrounded by cliffs that are red as the men of his tribe take him down into the earth to initiate him into manhood and have him be reborn into their group as a fully fledged man with a mission. And so Angel is going to go into a cave with his uncles. His uncles are going to explain what's going to happen to him, and we'll see how that goes.
Hey man, Why are we going into this cave anyway? I don't care, man. I'm just trying to live my life.
This is going to sound on the voice yet. Sorry. This is a ritual that we all must commence. I have commenced this years ago in order to become a man in our culture and to be seen as a strong and noble warrior. He continues to lead you through this cave. On the sides of the caves, you can see this trickle of water that shimmers. If you look closely, you can see the reflection of Uncle Hector as well as yourself as he takes you to this small pool.
Is
good.
Is this where I drink, Uncle Hector?
He slowly nods his head. As he reaches into a sack on his bag, his right hand side, and he pulls out this ruby bowl. As he reaches down, scoops some of the water and presents it to you.
Uncle Hector, I don't know if I'm ready for this. I'm scared. What's gonna happen to me?
He reaches out and puts his right hand on your shoulder. It's okay to be scared. If anything, this fear shows that you're ready. If you jumped into this with excitement and no fear at all, I'd be more concerned that you aren't ready for this process.
All right, I believe you, May. And as he takes the bowl from his Uncle Hector, he begins to smell a faint smell of tobacco, and he gets a calm sense of it as he begins to drink the water. And as he begins to drink the water, it's cool but warm at the same time. And as he drinks more and more of it, it's like he gets this visualization of a serpent making its way down into his body as it settles in and becomes energy for him, essentially. This magical power, basically.
And that energy starts as a physical feeling in his body in the form of the snake stretching out along his spine. And he suddenly can see, and it's not the cave and Uncle Hector. He can feel Uncle Hector watching over him, but he can't see him anymore. What he does see is this cave in an earlier time, and the cave was more full of water, and where they're standing now would have been under the water. And up above the water, he sees two men and a group of women, and he recognizes the women look a lot like the women he grew up with. And there's a lot of the same facial features and bone structures and colors of hair. And he recognizes one of the men because he's seen really beautiful sketches of this man. And he knows that this is one of his honored elders. And he swims up to the surface. And as his head pokes out of the water, he can hear the conversations between the two men as they begin to partake in a ritual with one of the women giving each of them water.
Wow. What's happening right now?
Esta es la agua de nuestra gente, de nuestra tribu. Le da vida al planeta, pero también a nuestros espíritus. Estamos aquí para compartir con ustedes.
Arnalis Festine has rarely heard words so beautiful, ones he does not understand, He's just moved by this beautiful ritual that he feels blessed to simply be a part of. He grabs the water and expectantly looks, and eyes of just surprise, love, and curiosity as he begins to slowly raise it towards his lips, not sure quite what he should do.
Tómalo. Necesitas que sea parte de tu cuerpo. Drink.
He slowly begins to sip. Ice, heat, indescribable feelings. He's just taken by the beauty of the cave and the cool water, and is just blown away by this beautiful culture that he feels fortunate to have found.
Ahora ustedes son parte de nosotros. Now we are one.
Angel recognizes that the bowl she's been serving to the festine is the same one he used when he took his drink of the water. And he sees the woman offering the water to who he knows is his Glacian ancestor.
Hey, I drank that same water too. Can you hear me? Please. Please. And as Angel tries to call out to his ancestors, it feels like he's pulled out of this trance back into his physical body, and he's back in the cave with his uncle Hector, and he goes and looks at Hector and he says, I saw it. I saw mi familia. I saw my ancestors. I saw them drink from this bowl. And he shows him the bowl. He says, look, hundreds of mouths have been on this. And my mouth too, from ancient ways.
Hector just slowly nods. He's like, I'm glad that you saw that. And as a tear slowly goes down his eyes, over his right eye. As he reaches. Oh,
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go.
So, as Angel remembers his uncle's face with a single tear, he comes back into his true body in the prison. And he thinks about it for a minute. That experience of seeing that moment of communion between the Festines and the Glacians. And he remembers that there was a unity once between their families. And he starts to wonder what happened that separated the two. When did they become not a cohesive group? When did they become not a we, not a nosotros? And he starts to remember an earlier time in his life. He thinks he was probably around 8, a small child, but his older cousin was celebrating her rite of passage, and the rite of passage for women is a more public affair. There's a huge party held in their honor. They are presented to the society because they are supposed to be the ones who carry the culture forward. And he remembers that things were different because it felt like these were done at once openly and very publicly, but also covertly, because this was one of the ceremonies that they weren't really allowed to have. anymore. And he remembers very clearly being at his cousin's quinceañera reception. He remembers being that young boy in a fancy outfit and escorting his other cousin, who was 5, to bring their cousin to this ceremony. And he remembers that his shoes were too tight. And he was sneaking an extra piece of cake when Uncle Hector approaches him.
Please don't tell Madre. Please, please. Please don't tell Mama.
I'm not going to say anything. As he reaches down and sticks his finger and just slices the cake.
Uncle Hector.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Why is it? It feels off. It feels like we're running and hiding like a rabbit. It feels like we just gotta hide ourselves. And I feel like we just aren't open anymore. Do you know what I mean?
As he begins to squint and his face narrows, because those festines, it's almost appropriate that their name's festines. They fester. Let them get too close to us. We led them into our home. Let them see our. As he pauses for a moment. We brought them into our sacred place. Seeing our people, we thought. We shouldn't have trusted them, but we did. They forced one of your cousins to leave the cave during the coming of age ceremony. They it's not allowed. As to why they did that,
But why
don't
did they
know.
do that? Why did they do that?
Probably
what
just
happened, Uncle Hector?
At that moment, Uncle Tring, another one of Angel's family members, steps forward. They promised us that they would grant her immortality. That is ultimately not what happened. In the end, they were forced to send her on into the next life.
She died?
More or less, in that very day was the day Hector, you tell me.
The day that they turned her into something not human.
The water was then made unclean, and everything we had was broken.
What did she turn into?
Ángel, come dance with me. The song is Anándale, vámonos.
Oh, okay. 1 minute. Please,
Angel.
uncles. Tell me, please.
Someday, when you're older, we'll explain it to you.
And with that, Angel's cousin drags him to the dance floor, and he dances as only an 8-year-old boy can, full of joy, but not really on the beat. Angel sort of nods in a revelry inside his solitary confinement. He finds that his feet are moving now to the beat because he has better control of them. And now he finds that he has tears on his face, remembering what it was like to be young and not know how broken the world is. And he starts to contemplate what he now knows happened to the Glacia wise woman when the Festines promised her immortality, like they have countless other groups. They haven't perfected that way of doing things yet, and so it's all an experiment for them. And things went very, very wrong. And he closes his eyes and he remembers a year or so after his coming of age ceremony, now a man, he visits one of the elder women. He's preparing to go on his quest to avenge his family, and he wants her blessing, and he remembers that day. And as he begins his quest, he feels Marina's hand reach in and give him a drink of water, and he closes his eyes. And when he opens them, the wise woman of his tribe is there.
Angel bows his head as he sees this woman once again. Please, I need a blessing.
I can't let you go and do this to yourself.
Please, Aglacia needs to prove himself a man. I must. I'm scared, but I must.
¿Puedes regresar la magia? Bring back magic?
See, my people were wronged, and I need to find a way to fix it.
You know, if you do this, you're signing your death, right?
What was that? Sorry, I couldn't hear it.
You know, if you do this, you're signing your own death.
He looks off into the distance. If death is what must come of me for my people to be free, I graciously accept it.
Pero entonces, mijo, te bendicio que los ancestros de nuestra familia te cuiden y que los ángeles que te dieron tu nombre también estén sobre ti. Go on your way.
He smells sage, and in this moment with her, he closes his eyes for a moment and he can see the deep past. As she's blessing him, she can see what looked to be the dragonborn Festines arriving in their land. And he's watching them build their temporary homes, and those wash away. And he sees them building more permanent homes, but they're not the right kind of homes for this landscape. And the Dragonborn are miserable. They're hot in the summers and cold in the winters. And he notices other ancient Glacia men watching these people with some amusement as they fail to know how to live here. And he hears two of his great uncles talking about what they should do And suddenly he is with them as one of his own ancestors, talking about what they should do with these newcomers.
Take a look at these newcomers that are coming to our land. I find it absolutely entertaining that they're trying their best to cope with our environment.
They're amateurs. They have no idea what to do. But I do think that maybe we should help them.
Do you honestly think that we should give away our trust so easily? What if something goes horribly wrong? We've seen it happen before. New people show up, we've helped, they've turned their back on us. Who's to say that these will not be any different?
I see your point, brother, but we have to give it a try.
Ain't nothing more. Just to know that if this one day blows up in our faces, you'll be the one to blame.
So Angel joins his great uncle as he approaches the festines.
Hey, are we gonna help those people?
Yes, as with much as we might disagree, as he stares at the other uncle, I think we should still help them. Who knows? They might give us something in return, or maybe we can come to some compromise. I believe the best road is understanding.
I sure hope that your trust is not misplaced.
As do I.
Angel watches like a montage. His ancestors showing the festines how to hunt, showing them how to build houses that will stand but also not be ridiculous. He sees them showing them the forests and where to find game. He sees women coming to show which plants are good for food and which plants are good for medicine and which plants they shouldn't eat at all. He sees them honoring nature and the feminine, while the festines gaze hungrily at what they might possess one day. He sees them take the festines to a crossroads, and under the crossroads is a cave, and this is the sacred cave. And as soon as he walks in, he recognizes all the markings on the walls. It's the same cave that he did his rite of passage in, and there's pure water in this cave. And then he sees the water starting to drain away, but it's not being drained away, it's being piped away by the festines, who start using the technology to be able to take the water out. And now he's seeing time flashing, moving hundreds of years, and the water is gone, and the festines have used all of it. And when he comes to, he's with the elder woman, and she looks at him.
Angel comes back to his bodily senses. Tia, they stole from us. We let them in and we helped them. We gave them everything. And they stole it from us.
That's it, mijo. It is the belief of our people that we must share what we have, and that was our downfall. But it is
I
not
cannot
our
accept
fault.
this.
It is not our fault. It is the others who do not share our beliefs. Bendicio, I need you to remember what they took from us. Our water was our way to connect with the land, and the more they dug, the more they took, the angrier the gods got, and the water retreated back into the earth. And we no longer have that connection to our ancestors, to our gods. If you truly wish to go on this mission, and you really want my blessing, I promise you will do what you can to restore the water, to restore our connection to our ancestors.
I promise. I will do everything in my power to make it right. I'll do everything I can to bring it back.
All I can tell you is be careful. There are those out there that do not understand our ways and do not understand nature the way we do.
I understand. And as this vision happens once again, Angel starts to come back to his body and feels tears running down his face as he realizes the situation he's in right now with him being trapped in jail.
Marina takes a moment to cry with Angel, and she says, "Ah, mijo, if only there were something we could do to help." And he closes his eyes again. He's in the sacred cave, and he sees the ancient cave full of water superimposed on the cave as it is now. And he can see that the cave where there used to be a crossroads, and the crossroads to his people was the paths to all the world for them. It's where all the world came back and all the world went away. And the cave is underneath that crossroads. And he sees inside the deepest parts of the cave, he finds his mother, and she's dressed as a warrior. She is a Sihuatateo, and she is weeping. She died giving birth to Angel, and so he's never seen her face, and this is the first time he sees her. And her hair is long and white. She's aged as if she were his mother now, and she holds out her arm to him.
Mama, is it really you?
And before she can speak or even hold him, he's jarred back into solitary. And he hears Marina screaming as she's dragged away by the armadillo guards. And he hears the keys unlock the door to his solitary confinement, and he feels arms pulling him out and dragging him. And now he's seeing the city the way it was in ancient times. And so he sees different structures that were more practical, and he sees greenness and lushness over the top of the dry, dusty landscape that he knew this city was now. He's dragged to the pit, and he knows that something is going to happen here.
As
he reaches into his shirt, and he finds that that Marina has given him the flower that his sister asked him to deliver.
As Angel
He
is
can
in this
hear.
pit,
Oh, go ahead.
as Angel is in this pit and he sees the flower there, he gets this memory from the first time he was with his sister. She was even a little girl, and she handed him this type of flower because she loved her brother so much. And he always remembered that flower.
As he's waiting to be dragged out in front of the audience, he hears the announcer calling for the attention to come to Carnelis. And that's where we end our episode. So thank you for journeying with us.
Quick, cue the happy music. Well, how about that for an act two? We went straight up. We tried to go Broadway theater on you and get the heavy shit in act two. Thank you all for tuning in. Those who stuck around for the second half, you rock. Please follow Roll so you can keep up with all of our awesome stuff. You can hit that heart below. We'd appreciate you so much. Feeling extra generous, you can always subscribe to the table. We can keep up with us. We're sending stickers to our first 100 subscribers. And stop. I'm not getting mushy. What are you talking about? Yeah, help us create some more thrilling and, a little hashtag deep material
Deep emotional.
out here in these streets. And also, if you like what we're seeing and you want to have some talks with us about what we're writing, we share stuff on our Discord about some of our ideas. We have a whole channel just dedicated to Roleplay Varied. We also have channels for our homebrew buddies and our special monthly shows. Speaking of, we have our next episode of Homebrew Buddies tomorrow at noon, which Angel, I almost said, Angel Addison, what item are we testing tomorrow?
Y'all like content? Because I got some content for you. Tomorrow, we're going to be testing out our last and final performance encounter where it is painting. And we're going to be painting pretty pictures and seeing what will happen. So come join us. It's going to be fun.
Yes, and all of this is culminating in the introduction of our new, completely improvised D&D and other tabletop game, Tootle and the Gram. Tootle and the Gram started off as a bit in Homebrew Buddies, and we're going to be testing out the final part of that, actually, on tomorrow. And then, yeah, we're going to be going on some wild adventures with Tootle and the Gram. I expect to see a rotating cast of our BTT crew in every seat. It'll be pretty crazy. That'll be on Friday. It'll be bi-weekly with our Roleplay Varied series. That's kind of how we do things out here. Also, if you like this deeper stuff that we're dealing with, check out our Patreon so you can see our back behind the scenes. We're going to be sharing storyboarding sessions once a quarter with you all. So our first storyboard session is going to be comprised a little bit of our fall preview and then mainly of this Reclamation arc. So follow that to keep up with us. And I just want to say thanks once again to our amazing cast, which, Sade, flip us over if you don't mind to that 6 cam so everyone can give a wave and we can see our amazing, beautiful team. Support these people. They're awesome. So, yeah.
We'll give you content.
Yes. Keep on coming out for some BIPOC D&D content, and we will see you all tomorrow at noon Pacific Standard Time.
Don't forget Sunday.
And then, of course, Sunday, if you hurry up and hit that subscribe button, Sunday is our first monthly special. We are going to be, this is going to be wild. We're going to be building ourselves as D&D characters in order to test out later in the month, actually doing a stupid dungeon. And we're also going to be doing our first Monster Mash tourney. We are all going to be picking challenge rating 2 monsters, and we're going to literally do a tiered tournament with them. May the best monster win. Yeah, so join us for some silly, literally just some silly D&D fun this weekend. So hit that button below, and we'll see you at our table next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.